Infowars.com, and we were talking today about what we're expecting to witness here in the next 48 hours with the deplorable tonight and the inauguration tomorrow. And we actually found out that we have kind of different ideas of what's going to happen. Now, I'll tell you what I think, and then she'll tell you what she thinks. I think that this is going to be a miserable failure for the left, just like the election. I think that they're going to build this up, they're propping this up, they're inflating these numbers, they're saying hundreds of thousands of protesters. I don't think so. I think they're not going to show up. I think they'll be lucky if they get 10,000 protesters. And I don't think they have the numbers they're claiming. I think they're going to be outnumbered, maybe even 5-1 with Trump supporters that are out here. Last night, I saw a protest of 200 people. Just today, being out, I took a run. We went to breakfast. We saw Trump supporters everywhere. Last night when I went out, there were Trump people, hats, jackets, everything. So I am expecting Trump supporters to outnumber the leftist protesters, and this to be a miserable failure for the left. Now, you offered a different opinion when we were talking about this.
Well, yes, actually, I really do believe that we are going to see a big turnout of anti-Trump protesters, but I also do think we are going to see, the Bikers for Trump and the pro-Trump supporters as well. So the reason I think there's going to be a lot of anti-Trump protests is because we're in Washington, D.C., and if you actually look at the numbers for the votes, Hillary Clinton did somewhere like around 90% for D.C., and Donald Trump got really low votes for D.C. So the population here in D.C. really wanted Hillary Clinton. So I do see that it's possible that we could get a lot of those people coming out to protest. Now, they might not be the violent protesters. They might just be some people from D.C. But we did also see charter buses, trails of charter buses being bussed in, which means people are bringing in out-of-state protesters that are prepared to be violent, and this is just more of what we've seen with George Soros funding these violent protests. And Jill Stein is supposed to be at a protest tomorrow speaking, and a couple other prominent figures on the left.
What happened to Jill Stein?
Yeah.
But, it's funny because you talk about the DC district and the people that voted here. Those are probably the people that are over in their high towers, in their mansions. I don't think they're going to come down onto the streets to protest, but it would be interesting to see when people start getting arrested, where they're from. Are they from Virginia? Are they from Maryland? Are they from the area, or are they from California? Are they from, Oregon? Are they from the Midwest? So that's something that would be interesting to see.
Exactly, because we've actually seen at a lot of these anti-Trump protests that when the cops actually looked at the IDs, it was like over 70%
or Black Lives
were out
Matter
of
protests
state.
and stuff like that. Right. They're not from the area.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting. We are now, let's see, less than 48 hours away. I guess we're almost 24 hours away now from Donald Trump's inauguration. I guess right at 24 hours away here from Donald Trump's inauguration. And we've seen buses come in. It's already getting packed. There's tons of people. There's already barricades set up. There's the Trump station set up where you can buy your 45th president gear and everything. So we're starting to see some of the stuff we saw in Cleveland and Philadelphia and the other Trump protests. But,
and we did uncover some terrorist plots with the deplorable not too long ago, and that
which is tonight.
Is going to be tonight.
Which hopefully it all goes off without a hitch. I hope that nobody tries to throw anything on me. Apparently, that the press club is going to have the whole thing locked down. They're experienced with this, and the biggest threats are going to be when you're walking there or whatever, because that's where the protesters are going to be apparently around 7:30. So we're going to document that. Be sure to stay tuned at Infowars.com. Follow us on the Alex Jones channel and on YouTube. And also remember, Alex Jones Show is going to be live at 11 o'clock Central Time, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time. We'll be live today. We're going to be doing a huge broadcast. It's supposed to be 14 hours. It may end up going 24 hours. That's how we usually roll at Infowars. So stay tuned to that. We're going to have all the inauguration coverage. We're going to find out, will the left protest fail, or will they have the numbers they're claiming to have? Owen Schroyer, Millie Weaver for Infowars.com. Owen Schroyer here with Millie Weaver. We're from Infowars.com, and we were talking today about what we're expecting to witness here in the next 48 hours with the deplorable tonight and the inauguration tomorrow. And we actually found out that we have kind of different ideas of what's going to happen. Now, I'll tell you what I think, and then she'll tell you what she thinks. I think that this is going to be a miserable failure for the left, just like the election. I think that they're going to build this up, they're propping this up, they're inflating these numbers, they're saying hundreds of thousands of protesters. I don't think so. I think they're not